Call number one, you're really being called to pay attention to details, okay? Like right now, you may feel like you're on a certain journey and you're waiting to hit like from point A to point B, you know what I'm saying? Like, but all those steps are not just gonna be like a step. It's gonna be like in between step one and step two, you're gonna have little obstacles or little things that you have to get in order so that you can reach step two and actually feel like you achieved that goal, if that makes sense. I feel like you're on a path and you know, you may have accomplished one of the steps, you got something done, and you're like, yes, I did that. You're happy about it, right? And this adrenaline, this excitement tends to like carry on within your mind, and it makes you feel like you already accomplished a lot. So it's like an adrenaline rush, or like, I don't know, it's just like you feel like you already done enough, basically. And so you're being called to like listen, look at the details, okay? Because I'm getting like, there's something here maybe where you have always received what you wanted growing up. Like you always received what you wanted, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I'm getting that in a way it's like a disability, you know what I'm saying? Like you're not able to see all sides of putting in work, okay? So I'm getting like you may be putting in work for something, but because you had it easy in some area, whatever area this is, this could be finances or even relationships or something. Like maybe people were always helping you out financially growing up, or maybe people always came to you and apologized and made relationships, you know, work. But now it's your turn, and I feel like it may be a little hard. I'm not getting anything bad with this reading at all. I'm just getting that you may be a little confused on what the process looks like, okay? So I'm getting that you are on the right track, like you have followed the right steps and stuff, but in order for you to feel secure, you need to know that you're on the right track, okay? Because like I said, you may just be missing something. Like it may be something that feels like this isn't right, you know what I'm saying? But it may not be what you want, but it could be part of the process, okay? So I'm getting like, make sure that you hold on to your dreams, hold on to what it is that you really truly want. We have the 9 of Wands right here. So the 9 of Wands speaks on protecting yourself and protecting like what is yours, okay? So whatever it is that you worked for, whatever it is that you feel passionate about, like your mindset and stuff, you already know what it is that you truly feel like you're here for, you know what I'm saying? Make sure you hold on to that. And it doesn't mean that it has to be one thing. These are multiple things. You're here for the people you love, the experiences you love, to you know, give out the energy you love to give out, all that, you know what I'm saying? And that's all important. So with the 9 of Spring, which is the 9 of Wands, it's telling you to protect yourself, protect the fruits of your labor, okay? It says prepare for possible challenges that lie ahead. Environmental conservation. So environmental conservation, if you really like hone into that word, environmental conservation. So whatever your environment looks like, whatever makes you feel like this is my happy place, or this is what I feel like home is, make sure you're protecting that, because that's your environment, and that's how you have to have a certain environment to thrive, okay? So yeah, like I'm getting, you may have to like really take control of some things right here. I'm getting like you're so used to being nice and joyful, but there's a certain switch that you have to have where you're like, okay, this is not working, I want to do this. Like, you know, there's some part where you have to take control, even though you may not be used to being in control like that. You're being guided to really take control at least of what you can, you know. We also have abundance mindset. It says if you think of your abundance as something that happens in the future, then it will always be one day away from you. See, feel, think, and speak of abundance as something you already have in the present moment, and that is what you will experience, okay? So it's just like I said, right now you may be in the middle of the process, and you may feel like you're not getting anywhere because you haven't met, it's not going as fast as you imagine, basically. So as a human, when you're on a journey, it's only natural to like, you know, if you make a plan and you know what you're looking forward to, it's natural to automatically look out for what you envisioned, okay? So if you don't see what you envisioned, and you're sitting here waiting on it, it can be hard to move on to the next step. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, you know, when maybe the steps are out of order or something, there's something here where you're paying a lot of attention to the detail and you're not paying attention to how you feel and what really works right now, like the bigger picture. Okay, like you are supposed to pay attention to the details, but you're paying attention to the wrong details, if that makes sense. Like, you're being very picky, and these are supposed to be securing for you, because if you just try to relax, because I feel like I'm saying, everything is flowing how it's supposed to right now. It's just a matter of you feeling more at ease while this is going on. You know what I'm saying? Because like you're just in a fight or flight mode, if that makes sense. Like, you're just like waiting on something to happen, or either you're going to fight. Okay, so with the card, I regard all altars with respect. It's basically saying respect yourself and respect your creator. Okay, you came here for a reason. You were sent here for a reason, and you know, you did not just create yourself. Okay, we have the universe here that we have to like reflect from. We have to, like, you know, we're thinking to ourselves, but we also it's like the universe is a reflection of us, right? However we perceive things is how our reality really is. Okay, so we have to constantly check in with how our mind is perceiving things, how are we reading other people, and how are we judging things. Try to make it as positive as possible, because you are what you attract. You attract, you know, bullshit when you think bullshit, right? And that's basically clarifying. I praise the goddess and the god, because it's like, I regard all altars with respect. If you respect every situation, because it's about, I'm looking at altars as different situations, encounters basically. So you may encounter a person, which is symbolic of an altar, right? You may encounter a building or a piece of land or a situation where you might have to handle something. You may feel like you can help somebody because they feel powerless, or you're more powerful basically. Those are all symbolic of this card. Okay, it means whatever situation you end up in, just really make the best out of that shit and really like appreciate it. Okay, because it's easy to look at things and see the bad in it and wish we were out of the situation, and then that's how you get stuck in it. Because a lot of people, they don't realize the laws of the universe. The laws of the universe require you to have an open mind, and it requires you to think clearly and be in tune with yourself and the creator in order to manifest an outcome. If you're not in tune and you're constantly like, you're not in tune with the creator and you're constantly like thinking about yourself and what you want, or if you're constantly, I don't know, like if you do too much of the other, it's an imbalance basically. So for your comfort right now, you're being shit, basically, like, pile number one, you're on the way to building a legacy. Okay, that's why we have this legacy card, and that's exactly why growing up you were basically spoiled. You know what I'm saying? Like, growing up, I'm really getting this child energy where you always got what you wanted. You were very fairy-like or just magical. You inspired other people. You always had a wandering mind. You were very curious, okay? And I feel like that never left you. And now that you've hit this adulthood stage, or you hit a stage where you have to be serious, it's kind of challenging to see the full way through. Like, of course, in the beginning, you're like, yeah, I can do this thing. And then when you're in the middle of the process of making something happen, it's like you second guess yourself, because you're wondering, like, if the thing that's in front of you, because you didn't expect it, is it supposed to happen? You know, things are going to happen unexpectedly, and that's how life is, period. You're never going to be able to plan everything out. So that's something that you need to hear. Like, everything's not going to go your way. Everything's not going to go another person's way. That's why we always have, you know, plan A, plan B, plan C. You know, we may not always literally plan it out, but at least we shouldn't, if we don't plan anything, we shouldn't be attached to too much. You know what I'm saying? Don't be attached to physical objects or people or anything. Don't idolize things, okay? Because this world is like, everything is a tool, you know. You may want a mansion, you know, to throw a party or something, but outside in the grass is the same. I don't know, like, it's not the same exact environment, but you get what I'm saying. It depends on what your intentions are. You know, what's more important to you, the environment or the people and the vibes? I don't know. But what you need to hear though is that you are you were born from a legacy. Like, spiritually, you come from a very powerful place. Not only that, but your bloodline is very sacred, okay? Very powerful. And so who you are, you know, the way that you were treated growing up, which was royalty, okay? That's what I'm getting. Like, you were treated as royalty. I'm getting like servants. People were serving you as a kid, even though you didn't ask for it, okay? It was just done. I don't know. That's because you deserved it, and you still deserve it. That didn't go anywhere. It's just that you're an adult, and like I said, I'm repeating myself, but I feel like you really need to hear this, because it's like a pattern. Like, the more that you do something every day, the more that it programs you. And so the more that you feel like, okay, this is going to happen for me and I don't have to work for it, then you're going to just feel like you lost that power to work for something. But eventually, you know, all of that's gonna, your memory will come back. So just keep that in mind. Stay positive and just believe in yourself. Know that everything happens for a reason. Okay, like I said, regard all altars with respect. So any people, situation, encounters you come in with, it's about appreciating it and seeing it for what it is. Okay, is it serving me? Is it serving the other person? Is it reciprocated? I don't know, like, make sure you're making the best decision for you, okay? Make sure everything that you do is feeding your soul and not just your mind or your fears, okay? Because, you know, you can be scared all the time and constantly working and doing something, but if you're scared, you're not ever going to get anything else but fear. But yeah, that's really all I have for you, pile number one. So it's just about paying attention to the details and knowing where you come from, knowing that everything that happened is for a reason, and you're just meant to overcome and be stronger right now, okay? And I mean, it's not about becoming anything that you're not. It's about developing in the areas that you would like to develop in. That's it. So if you want to be more assertive, if you want to be more demanding or powerful or attractive or whatever, that's something you can do too, versus being a hard worker or whatever else that people, like, society tells you have to do. There's other ways around this shit, okay? But yeah, that's what I have. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please give me a like, comment if it resonates, and subscribe, okay? Pile number two. So this is your reading. I really appreciate you for tuning in. And if it resonates with you, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and comment, okay? So, sorry. Y'all don't know, but, well, y'all may not know that, you know, your girl is a pothead. So, and the thing is, like, on pile one, I literally did the whole thing, what am I trying to say? I gave all of pile one's messages without sparking at all, okay? And I was like, okay, after that, I need to spark. So I'm sparking, right? And I'm looking at y'all cards, and they look like you really could need this. You really could use this. Honestly, like, let's just be real, right? Ain't no shame in my game. Do what you gotta do. But this is the thing, y'all. I feel like somebody needs to hear that, because you may be going through something really deep as fuck. And society, this whole world, social media, even your fucking family, like, just basically society, I can't even fucking explain it. Society is overused. Like, that word is overused, because what I mean right now is literally, right now, what I literally mean is this society. People use it like, you know, like it's just, you know, what am I trying to say? The society around us, okay, I'm trying to say shit. The society that we live in will only go so far when it comes to knowledge and exposing what is true, okay? And I mean, society is your family. Society is you. Society is your friend. Society is the fucking media, okay? They will not go too far when it comes to waking people up or telling you who you are, telling you the truth, or even about any situation, any natural disaster, anything. Nobody knows the real fucking truth. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has to be able to see that for themselves. They can only tell you so much, okay? And so I say that because right now, you know, in the beginning, like I said, you know, I smoke or whatever. And I feel like I said that for a reason because a lot of people, like society, like I said, society likes to just judge people, right? That's all society is, just like a bunch of judging and talking. You know, society, a social society. So people just be talking about, and what do people talk for? People talk because people need to understand stuff and get to a point of basically understanding, enlightenment, so they can get something done, right? Because at the end of the day, all humans are here for a reason, and the reason why I'm talking to you is because you have a purpose. And the thing that I have to tell you hopefully wakes you up and it triggers something within you and helps you get to a point that you need to go to. That's what society is for. That's it. Society is not for fucking bullshitting, okay? That's what I need to put out there, because, you know, I feel like y'all are stressed the fuck out. And, you know, this is normal. Like, a lot of people don't like to show that they're stressed the fuck out. A lot of people are stressed the fuck out, but they don't like to show that. So that's a society, you know. Society likes to show the good side of shit, and people like to be happy and see, you know, see things through, basically. And that's good and all, but everybody doesn't see things through. That's not everybody's vision, okay? Maybe there's somebody out here like me, you know, that could help you to see something through, but somebody else could help me see something through. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's here to help each other. Nobody's fucking perfect, okay? I feel like I'm clarifying some shit for somebody, because I'm not even, like, I haven't even started the reading for real. I'm really just speaking. This is just an icebreaker right now. So, to begin the reading though, it's a lot of shit that's weighing you down, period. Weighing you down. And like, this is the thing. Look at this card. This man is holding on to this leverage, or, you know, the thing where you balance the scales or whatever that's called. And one end is feathers. The other end is a butterfly, okay? The thing is, it looks like he's trying to get it from himself. Like, it's like he himself is like multiple entities in one. Like, in his face, it's like, oh, I want that. And his body is literally pushing his gift away from him, okay? But in the back of this card, it says power, number 10, okay? And I feel like this is the 10 of Wands. So you have a very significant amount of power. And the thing is, to you, this may not be labeled power. It may just be labeled burdens, or just energy. You know what I'm saying? You have a lot of freaking energy. And for you, you don't know what to do with it. Like, look at this card. Like, he feels way down. Like, to some extent, you have the power. You can use it, but it's like since you don't know what to do with it, it's just overwhelming, basically. Okay? So I'm getting that it's overwhelming because the society that you live in has not programmed you to even listen to yourself and use these abilities. Okay, like, a lot of people don't go through the things that you have actually been through, and what I mean by that, they may have went through it physically, but they may have not processed it fully like you have. You actually literally fully went through something, and I'm talking about mentally, emotionally, physically, all that, spiritually. And you came out of it. And with that, it's sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? You may lose some things, but you gain this power. Like I said, you may lose family members, you may lose you know, a job or something like that, but it's because you went through something that God put you through. Like I said, because you're here for a reason. You went through something, and whatever you went through was supposed to transform you. And that's what it is. Like, you're transforming, but you're right at the end to where all you have to do now is express it physically, like how mad you are or how fucking hurt that you have been, you know what I'm saying? How creative you feel now, how much you feel like you want to get something out. But it's just like something it's different for everybody. Something has held you back, and it may have been like you're traumatized from all the knowledge, you know, because your mind probably can't take all that shit, you know, right now. And that's why you may do, you know, you may partake in certain substances like wine, or you may smoke, or, you know, whatever you do. But oh shit. It's a fucking bug.
What's the nasty roach in there?
What the fuck is this?
Oh,
It's a beetle.
It's a beetle, yeah.
What does a beetle mean?
That's
Okay, sorry guys. So I'm gonna look up what a beetle means. Also, 333 just popped up on the clock, so take what resonates. Give me a second. So a beetle can symbolize rebirth, renewal, the sun, and life, but can also take on negative meanings like the devil's symbol, death, or other ill omens. So, with that being said, the beetle is like an omnipotent type of spirit animal. Nigga.
Follow your shit. I sure know.
With that being said, the beetle is like an omnipotent type of spirit animal. So if you have a beetle as your spirit animal, it's more like you're going through a transformation right now. But as you're going through this transformation, it's like, in order to transform, you have to be going to something and coming from something, right? And it's like what you're going to is what's on your mind or what's on your heart. But it's like your past is haunting you. Not only is your past haunting you, it's also bringing new possibilities. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's creating another fucking road that you could take because you went through these things. It's like it's a free will. Okay? And that's what they talk about in the Bible. Like, you know, Eve bit the apple or whatever and cursed the whole world. And now we have free will to do whatever. But we still gonna bleed. You know what I'm saying? We still gonna feel that pain from that experience. And it doesn't mean that Eve did, look, this is how I look at it, whatever. I don't feel like it's like you have to do anything necessarily wrong. It's just about being like vulnerable or something, you know. I don't see anything as bad or good. It's just life, you know. Everything is life, because regardless, when you go through something bad, it turns into something good eventually, you know, because if that's what you want, you can make it that. And if something's good, it can easily turn bad. So you should never judge anything for real at the end of the day. But anyways, it's really like that. Like, you have it's like you're omnipotent right now. Like, you're in the present moment, but you're not. You're really in the past, but you're also in the future. And you're just trying to see like what it is that you want to bring with you. That's what you need to figure out. What do you want to release from the past? What do you wish like you did not remember, type shit? Like, start to try to release that shit. Of course, you can't forget things. That's the thing. You can't forget it, but you can, like, transform that emotion. And if you would like help on that, feel free to email me for a consultation, because I do that myself, basically. Like, that's how I heal myself, is, like, when I go through something and I'm really hurt, or even if I'm not hurt, if I feel like something is concerning me, like I'm worried about something, I sit on it and I think about all the possibilities and I pick a fucking path. You know what I'm saying? And you really have to open your mind, though, because a lot of people, your mind is not trained to automatically see the possibilities. You really have to train yourself to see what you want to see. And what's, because you create your own reality. Okay. And a lot of the time, this is what I'm getting, like your society, the society around you, because you can't create your own reality. That is the rule, but a lot of people don't know that, and a lot of people's reality is being controlled by one factor. You know what I mean? So everybody has to do one main thing, or everybody should be paying attention to one main thing. And so people like you feel left out because those other people literally have the option to indulge in the truth or indulge in bullshit. So anyways, you're being guided to really advance through your own abilities, though. Like this card says, you have that vision. You are a divine being. Okay, you were brought to this planet for a divine purpose, and you're meant to really develop. Okay, so in order to develop, you have to own yourself. You can't continue to deny yourself and feel like something's wrong with you just because you don't see anything in common with anybody else. Even if it's not something that you really like, you have to own it. And eventually you can transform it into something that you want, because it's still a part of your energy. And that energy, the more that you fight something, the more that it just grows and grows. And that's another reason why I feel like some of you could be feeling that way, like you're overwhelmed, but it's because you're trying to push something away, when really, you're like this, you may be a certain way, but you have to really start to express that. Okay. Also, you may be expressing that, but you don't know how to receive the abundance that comes from that. So let's say you are very, I don't know, like let's say you're very beautiful. Okay, you're very beautiful, and people compliment you all the time. People always stare at you all the time, but it's like you feel uncomfortable for some reason, like you feel unsafe to receive these compliments and to receive the love and attention that you need, that you deserve or whatever. And so because you're not receiving it, it's like, that's funny, because I was thinking, this came to me the other day, like, that's like the thin line between fame is acknowledgement and not acknowledgement. Like, let people fucking acknowledge you so that you can actually get to where the fuck you want to be, because there's people that really love you and like would support you, like, but it's like you feel unsafe, you feel insecure around these people, or it's something with that, like you don't feel like you can trust these people or something. And the thing is, don't do anything you don't want to do. That's the thing, don't do that. But there's something here, because this card says it is safe for you to receive. So regardless, that's a message for somebody, like, because like I said, how are you going to have fans? How are you going to have people that really look up to you? Or, how are you going to even get to this position without the people to take you up there? Like, make it make sense. Like, I'm really, something is confusing me right here. I don't know, like, I feel like you're so in your head, like, you're very spiritual, very, very spiritual. The High Priestess right here, number 11, like, you're always making sure you're on the right track. With number 11, you're just staying in tune with what you're supposed to stay in tune with. I'm really getting that. You're very in tune with yourself. And for that reason, you have kind of blocked out society. And so the society that is meant for you, like, you're blocking them out too. Okay, that's something that I feel like you're not aware of. So yeah, just take a minute to meditate on that and see like what it is that could be. Okay, I'm getting that you would still, like, regardless, this independence that you crave, because that's the reason why you don't want this. Like, you don't want to be too involved with other people. You're not that type of person, so you're afraid to even get involved at all. But I'm getting that, like, you don't realize you're still going to maintain this independence regardless. With the 9 of Autumn, which is the 9 of Pentacles, like, this person is like self-made. This person attracted all this to themselves. It says, reward yourself for all your hard work, being happily and successfully self-employed, cherishing your time alone. So yeah, like, I feel like you are cherishing your time alone, but a little bit too much, you know what I'm saying? Because that's not going to pay you. That's not going to get you to where you want to be. And I feel like that's really the issue right now. Like, you want to get clear with yourself on your heart space and what abundance is here on earth for you. That's what I'm getting. You want to feel more confident in who you are, and so that you can really express yourself fully. You want to feel passionate about it. You want to feel like, you know, I'm on the right track and I feel good and you're getting shit done, you know what I'm saying? And the only way to do that is if you allow yourself to, like, while you're doing the work, give yourself a little breather and check in on your progress, and try to understand what progress for you looks like, okay? Because you may be expecting your progress to look a certain way when it's really going to come in another direction. Like, you might be wanting money, but it's going to come in attention, and then that attention is eventually going to turn into money. I feel like your plan is just not big enough. You know what I'm saying? Like, God has something bigger. Like, the universe has something bigger for you. You can't plan everything. So I feel like, you know, right now you're being mean to people. Like, the mean girl card right. Oh my God, y'all. What the fuck? Okay, look. So the mean girl card is right here, but it was in front of the beetle. Why was the beetle attracted to the mean girl card? So I get it. So the beetle was like literally attracted to the mean girl card, because you see how all my cards are like this? It went behind the mean girl card. So you see why I jumped, right? Because I fucking forgot. Anyways, the mean girl card and the beetle is symbolic, because it's like you feel the need to be mean and hold your guard up and be stubborn, because you're actually going through a transformation, and all of these things are really it's just tugging at you, you know what I'm saying? It's pulling at your strings. So like, when other people, like, your patience is just running thin. That's just something you need to pay attention to, okay? It may not be that you really just genuinely do not enjoy an experience. It's because you also are going through something, and you just may need time to process your things. That's the thing. A lot of you may have not processed a lot, and that's why you just feel held back, because that's what it's gonna do. It's gonna hold you back until you get clarity. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have an ability to, you know, communicate with yourself, write it out, pray, meditate, you know, relax. Meditate does not mean to lift off the ground, okay? I feel the need to say that, because a lot of people, y'all get that mixed up. Levitate, meditate is two different things. Levitate is when you rise off the ground, and meditate is when you clear your mind, or like you're focused on one thing. Like, you're really meditating when you're listening to your music and you're just thinking about your fucking boyfriend, you know? That's meditating. But you're meditating on the wrong shit, because what you really need to do is meditate on shit that's gonna last, and meditate on things that's gonna improve you. So if you meditate on feeling peace, that's another meditation. Like, you can literally focus on anything in the world. It's really about daydreaming, really. And daydreaming and meditating and visualizing. Look at this fucking bug. Like, nigga. Anyways, doing that is what trains your mind, okay? So like, when you used to get in trouble growing up, or when you went through your traumatic experiences, in a way, like, you still had your consciousness with you, processing everything. So if somebody said something that hurt your feelings, in a way, you took that in and you had to visualize it and transform it into what it means for you, basically. What does that mean for me? And that's what everybody has to ask themselves at the end of the day. And so those visualizations that you had, you know, the things that experiences meant for you, that you took it as, it just traumatized you. You know what I'm saying? It hurts your feelings. And it's because you have to learn that maybe it didn't really mean that. Maybe you assumed it. Maybe, you know, you have to really look at it from another perspective now so that you can grow. Okay. And so I'm not saying not to be mean, because, you know, some people are just mean, you know. Like, if you like to be mean, be mean. But I'm getting that make sure you know your intent, like know what you're doing and know how it's affecting you, because it's really pushing people away. It's making people feel like you don't want to be bothered, and they're just gonna leave you like that, you know what I'm saying? And eventually you're gonna be like, damn, but that's where my money was at, or that's where, you know, I needed that support or something. Eventually you're gonna need it. So just take it as a blessing for now, okay? And like I said, don't do anything you don't want to do, because mean girl, like I said, that's like a protection thing too. A lot of people, a lot of y'all might need to put on that facade. If you're very nice, you might need to show your mean girl side, and that will help you to get out there. Or when I say mean girl, that does not mean girl. It could be men. It's just like it's a term, you know what I'm saying? It's not gender specific, but you might need to show that tough side. You might need to show that dark side to people so that they can know who you are, know that you're not one to be played with. And that means creatively, you know, also physically, mentally, all that, you know what I'm saying? You're not one to be played with. So yes, number 2, pile number 2, that's what I have for you. I appreciate y'all for tuning in, and if it resonate and if y'all like the messages and stuff, please give me a like and comment, and also subscribe so you can stay, you know, keep up with me. Oh shit. All right, thank y'all. Pile number 3. So your energy is coming off really, really scattered. Okay, it's like, you know how you want to feel, but you don't know what to do. You know, you want to feel good, you know, you want to feel, you know, at peace and stuff like that, but you just don't know what that looks like. And so I feel like it's you against the world almost. Like, you're just running around like, is this working? Is this working? Should I do that? Should I do that? And it's like all these things are piling up, and it's like you have experiences that you enjoy, and you have experiences that you really do not enjoy. Okay, and so these experiences, it's like these experiences have piled up over time. These experiences have literally piled up, and like eventually you lose memory or lose track of what it is that made you feel good, or what it is that actually, you know, worked for you. And so let's say you're trying to find a good morning routine. Like, in the morning you might do a morning routine, and then like you try all your morning routines back to back, instead of giving yourself that week to do, like, to get used to that routine, and then going to the next one and being like, does this work for me? And really putting yourself in that position as if this is who you are, instead of I'm trying it out. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you just try a lot of things out instead of making a real decision that this is who I am and I'm really gonna express it that way. So instead of, I'm really getting like, instead of trying to like receive energy from the activity, put your energy into the activity. You know what I'm saying? That will help you to be more whole. Okay, because on the back of this card it says focus, number 7. And I feel like you are on a journey of just really learning yourself, okay? And definitely physically, because this card is red. So you're learning yourself in a more humane way. And the thing is, you may be really skeptical about what to choose, because you're like, what path is really for me? What is it I should be doing? Like, what is it that I should be doing? And so you're trying multiple things, and none of these things are literally like, it's like you're struggling to make a decision that this is me and this is what I want to do. So you're being guided to really embrace all parts of yourself. Everything that you like to do, just say you like it. You like to do it. It doesn't have to mean anything, and it doesn't have to be good or bad. It just is what it is. I like to do it. I'm attracted to this thing. Because in a lot of these readings, I really pointed out how everybody's sitting here for a reason, okay? You're here for a reason. And this society, you know, society is literally like a social experiment. Like, we're all communicating for a reason. I'm talking to you, transmuting energy so that you can understand something for you, even though you may not take these words literally how I might be talking, but it's something there for you to understand. And that's what society is for. We're supposed to help each other get messages across that the universe sends down to us. So the thing is, when I say embrace the all, this card right here, embrace the all, it's about all this platform here, this earth is all just a tool. You don't have to be so stubborn or just, what am I trying to say? You don't have to think so hard about it. It just is what it is, basically. Whatever happened, whatever it is going to happen, it's just going to happen. Like, we can't control every aspect of everything, you know? And that's what you're being called, like, to realize that, okay, just embrace that this is my journey, this is my life. I might not be able to control everything, but this is my journey. Embrace the journey. So with conscious consumer right here, you know, it is telling you to be aware of what you consume, but not necessarily physically. It's not telling you to be judgmental, but judgmental in a different way. You know what I'm saying? Like, pay attention to what energies you're around versus what activities you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, it's all about energy and all about intentions. What's an example? Like, the universe is so big, but it's just, yeah. So if two children were to get into like some type of argument, that would be okay, right? But if an adult get into an argument with a child, there's something to say about that, because it's all about your intentions, not necessarily the energy, right? I mean, yeah, I mean, fuck, shit. It's all about the energy, but like, if two kids are arguing, it's all arguing, right? Two kids arguing, it's more innocent because both of them are trying to eventually, like, they're basically trying to understand each other. They're basically, okay, I feel this way, you feel that way, blah, blah, blah. An adult already, for the most part, knows how a kid feels. So if you're arguing with a kid, it's more unjustifiable. It's just like, no judgment or whatever, but it's just a little different from, it's a different intention, basically. So like I say, it's about your intention versus your action. Like, if that adult was to go argue with somebody his own size versus a kid, then the intention switches. That was a boring ass example, but anyway, you're being guided to really like pay attention to what you consume though. So like, don't be like, if you know that you're feeling some type of way, like you want to be fed in a good way energetically, like you crave attention, but you want a certain type of attention. Don't go out there just being okay with any attention. You have to be aware of what you need and what specifically you want. Like, you might say, okay, I need some attention, or I need some money, or I need this, or I need that. But you can say you need that, and there's so many versions of that that can come. Like, if you need some money, okay, there's many ways you can make money. So it's like, you have to be specific with the universe about what it is that you want, okay? Like, you want a husband. You know how many people are out here? You can't just say you want a husband. You have to be specific about, okay, I want this type of guy. I want to be treated this way. You know what I'm saying? You have to be more specific so that when it comes, you know what you're getting. And that's why conscious consumer is right here, because it's like, you should be able to choose what you're doing versus it coming to you when you're feeling overwhelmed, or you feel like you have to be a part of something that you, because don't feel like you have to be a part of something because something came to you. It's about, you can choose what you want. You know what I'm saying? It says you have the power to heal and help the world with your decisions, to buy only products and services that are ethical and environmentally friendly. As a conscious consumer, you choose to invest in fair trade and organic goods. You live simply and you purchase only that which you need. Okay, so with that being said, it's not necessarily speaking literally, but take it how it resonates, because a lot of you may have been thinking that way, like, you know, like you may actually be energetically all over the place because you need a cleaner diet. You need to drink more water. You need to stop thinking so much about things that doesn't matter. and start paying attention to what it is that is going to improve your life. Okay, so that's, you know, that could be the dimension that was trying to speak on, like spiritually and mentally versus physically. But some of you, you know, you might need to do that. But what I'm also getting is that it's about choosing what situations to get yourself into. Like, you may want a job or whatever, but if you don't feel right about working at a certain workplace, you shouldn't apply for that job, or you shouldn't accept the job. You know, just because you said you was gonna get a job don't mean accept anything. Dang, the rain is coming through here. I'm getting rained on.
Blowing over here. It might stop.
Hope so. So yeah, basically, like, with me getting rained on, that was also symbolic because with you being in a situation where you're not using your emotions and you're choosing it physically because this is what you envision, like, okay, I want a husband, so whoever come, I'm just taking them, or I want a job, I'm taking whoever, you know, I just want to have sex, I'm taking whoever. Eventually them emotions are just going to roll over. Okay, like with me getting rained on, I just literally came under here to avoid the fucking rain, you know what I'm saying? So why the fuck, no, I'm just playing. But anyway, the rain and water is symbolic of your emotions. So eventually them emotions are going to blow up and be like, I can't take this no more, because initially this is what I wanted. So if you don't get what you want, your soul is gonna fucking demand it. Okay, basically. And so we have the Two of Cups right here. So that's just letting you know, like, you might as well go ahead and just go toward what you love now, because that shit can either control you, or you can let it happen freely. But as I was saying, you can let love control you, or you can let it happen freely, because love is really a powerful thing, and it's not something that you can just choose and leave when you want to. Once you choose it, it's over with, you know what I'm saying? So basically, also, you may not actually choose it physically, but it may come to you spiritually, where you already know what it is that you want, and you have to obey, because that's what God sent you here to love and to you know, follow your soul. And that's what your soul is going to continue to reignite to you. It's going to continue to, like, push that on you until you realize that you must follow your soul, and like what you're being called here to do is very important. It's not going to go anywhere. You will never be clear with yourself, and that's why you have to get clear with yourself. That's really the main message of this reading, is to get clear with yourself. That is how you will feel more secure and safe, because the more that you don't know what you're doing, you're going to always be looking to outside sources, and that will always be limited. But what's unlimited is you, and what's unlimited is your wisdom and your knowledge and your ability to evolve. Okay, so that was your reading, pile number 3. I appreciate y'all for tuning in and watching, and if it resonated, please give me a thumbs up. Also subscribe to the channel and comment if it resonated. Okay, thank you so much. Pile number 4, I'm really getting that you're intimidated by some energy, some huge energy around you. It could be like a big ass person, no offense. But it could be like tall or big, don't even matter. Like somebody that's big, or big energy, like they just have this big dick energy, like they would just, they can control shit, you know what I'm saying? Okay, I'm getting you're intimidated, and like with this card right here, you see how the big dude, the big animal is looking at the little squirrel or whatever. It's like the energy I'm getting from the little buffalo, the big thing, whatever, it's more looking at it like, you better be doing what I told you to do, or it's just trying to check to make sure you're doing the right thing. So this energy is giving me the energy like of a parent, or a teacher, a guardian, or somebody that really cares about you. I don't feel like this is somebody you should really be in competition with. Like I see that you feel intimidated, but you're getting the wrong idea about how this is supposed to go. Like, this person is just here to help you, And if anything, they're just misunderstanding. Y'all have like some type of miscommunication. But at the end of the day, you're intimidated, but I don't see any aggressive energy or anything like that. I just feel like you're just like, damn, I was told, I don't know, like you just feel intimidated. You feel like you done something wrong or feel a little guilty, feel small a little bit. But the thing is, you don't have to feel small. If anything, this should make you feel bigger. It should make you feel more curious, to ask more questions or to get more clarity about how to actually succeed on your journey, because that's literally what this person is here for, like I said. So if anything, you should be more open up to this person, okay? I respect the property of others. I feel like this person does have boundaries, and that may be another thing that gives y'all conflict. Like if y'all stay in the same home or y'all deal with the same type of thing, you may have your way of doing things and this person has their way of doing things, and so this may cause like some type of clashing sometimes. But I'm getting like it's just about respect, and maybe I'm just getting like, yeah, maybe there's something that you could do that you're not looking at. Like you may not be looking at yourself. Maybe you can remove yourself from the whole situation and go find what you need, versus you don't have to feel intimidated. Like you're not obligated to be under this person's control or anything, like, or in their energy at all. Like you can really move away. But at the end of the day, like if you do choose to be around, it's just about respecting one another. I know that it works two ways, but you get what I'm saying. Like I said, if it's not working, that's when you move away. Release resentments about money. That's pretty much what I'm saying. Like everything is in your control. So at the end of the day, like there's no point in looking at this person like you're doing this to me and stop doing this to me. Because at the end of the day, like at some point it's our job to actually try to understand somebody too, you know. It may be hard to understand somebody, and you may not have to like completely understand them. It's just about at least coming to terms with yourself about who they are and how they're making you feel. So if this person is a liar or manipulative or just like weird or whatever, that's something that you need to understand with yourself about how you feel about them. If you feel like this person is manipulative or you feel like this person is doing you wrong, you need to get clear with yourself about that, okay? Instead of constantly brushing it off to the side. Because I feel like the thing is, you look at them like they're doing something to you and then you feel powerless, instead of saying, okay, because that's how you be victim. You can't be victim and get yourself and think you're gonna be happy, okay? At the end of the day, if you keep complaining to this person, it's in their power to change. So one day they might change and then the next day they're gonna flip right back because you gave them that power. You know what I'm saying? It's not for them to make that decision. It's for you. Do you want to deal with it or do you not? Do you like this or do you not? You shouldn't be mad at anybody. You shouldn't feel no type of way about anybody, because it's all about you. You know what I'm saying? You make those decisions. Look inward. So with the Seven of Swords right here, this man is getting out of the casket, and I feel like you really like buried yourself deep because you felt like there was no hope. And it's because you reflected so deep on the situation, like in a way that you were looking so much at the other person as if they were doing something to you, that you weren't even looking at yourself in the part that you were playing, okay? And so with the Seven of Swords, it's about paying attention, like really getting clear basically, and putting things where they go. Like, you know, oh, I did this wrong, they did that. Okay, maybe it was a misunderstanding. Maybe we should talk about this so that we can come to a common ground, okay? Because a lot of the time, it's not the fact that somebody else is wrong or that you're right or vice versa. It's really a misunderstanding. Everybody is here to, you know, gain understanding. Like me and you, I'm talking to you, and you may not take my words literally because obviously this is a psychic reading. I'm not your best friend or nothing. I don't know what's going on in your life, so you have to take this how it resonates. So that's the thing. I was sent here to do this. What I'm doing right now is just a result of basically the traumas I've been through. You know what I'm saying? The traumas that you go through, like, you're supposed to see them in a bright light and basically like transform it into something good. So of course you don't have, like, it's not your job to like make yourself always see the bright of everything. Like, you, it's not, what am I trying to say? If you naturally are, if you naturally feel dark or depressed from something, or you feel like low on energy, you feel powerless, that's gonna happen in life sometimes, you know. And that's when you know you have to remove yourself, or maybe you just have to go through that karma or that energy. Not karma, it doesn't have to be karma, but you have to go through that energy. So yeah, while you're actually going through the energies, you may not be able to comprehend it depending on how hard it's hitting. Okay, so it may be like a situation where you literally have to, like, it's an emergency, I have to escape, or I have to leave so that I can save myself, or some shit like that. But I'm also getting that it can, for some of you, it's like you may go through a situation, and let's say whatever, whoever this is that is intimidating you, or whatever situation it feels intimidating, you may do something that you could have done better, like a regret basically. And like with the Seven of Swords, it's like this is him, this person is basically coming out of the casket, getting themselves out of the casket, and thinking the way they're, my bad, they're thinking themselves out of the situation basically. So I'm getting that regardless, you're gonna be okay. Don't get me wrong. Like, you may go through something, you may have already went through something where, you know, you departed from this situation, or you done something to try to transform it. You basically took some type of action, and a part of you, like, you may have lost a part of yourself in result of that. And so now it's like you have to build that back up, or get to know yourself again in a way. So regardless of whatever this is, I feel like you did the right thing, because this was natural, like, for you to feel, you know, this intimidated energy that you have. And like I said, you had to respect the other person, so you had no other choice but to do what you had to do, right? So I'm getting that the wheels are about to turn now, because you made a decision. You know, energy's still going. Just because you feel like things are stagnant, everything's still moving. That's something you need to realize. So with the 10, it's number 10, but the Wheel of Fortune right here, it says delays are over, sudden or unexpected good luck, a new car or travel. So a lot of you may be receiving like a gift in return of this thing, like for you escaping the situation, and you like really trying to do better for yourself, do good. Because that's the thing, you can't make the wrong decision. Okay, that's something you need to realize. A lot of you may not be moving because you're afraid of what's next, but if you just move, something's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? At least something's gonna happen versus staying in this situation. And I'm getting, it's not gonna, like, it's not gonna be anything bad. Okay, I'm getting, it's gonna actually gonna be, what I'm getting is that you may, for some of you, like, it's two groups right here. For some of you may move so fast after you like go through the situation where, okay, like, let's say you're going through a traumatizing situation, and you're like, okay, I'm getting out of this situation. You're gonna constantly, like, while you're getting out of this situation, you're kind of like programming yourself to stay in that fighting energy where you're constantly wanting to do something to overcome something, you know what I'm saying? So like with this will energy, I'm getting like you might always want to keep going and just keep doing stuff, but you'll never get to that point where you feel satisfied. So that's for some of y'all, like, you may really need to slow down, because like it's not, life is not all about overcoming things and being a rebel and just fighting against the grain. It's also about being comfortable and actually being at peace with things too. You don't have to always be against something. Um, that's something that y'all need to hear too. Cause that's what I'm getting. Like, a lot of y'all, this whole situation wasn't supposed to be what it was. It just really, like, you had a competitive energy within you. I don't know where it came from, but you felt competitive towards somebody, or like something where you didn't have to feel, when it was something that really could have easily been brought upon you if like you asked for it, but I feel like you just weren't aware that you deserved it, or you weren't aware of your power. So regardless though, you're coming to a point where now you're being aware of your power, and things are turning for you very soon. Like, they're moving fast. Like I said, delays are over, sudden or unexpected good luck. But at the same time, when this comes, it's about, it's really about how much you choose to appreciate it. Because like I said, you may naturally feel like a competitive person, like you always have to be doing something. And so when this comes, it's about you finally relaxing and enjoying what it is that you worked so hard for, instead of, feeling like because you didn't work in the way that society told you to work for it, that you probably, you get what I'm saying? I feel like you feel guilty. You feel guilty for being who you are because society wants you to be a certain way. And so when this gift comes, you're not going to feel like it's for you. You're going to feel like maybe I should keep working, or I should keep doing A, B, and C. But it's really going to already be done. So that's really what you're being told right now, is that to just slow down a little bit. And if you are in a situation where you know that things are not working out, get yourself out of that situation before things get ruined or things turn worse than how they are now, And, I feel like with the Seven of Swords, you're going to be in that energy regardless. So that's not necessarily a punishment or anything. It's just about either you think about it now before you take the action, or you're going to be thinking about it later because you didn't think about it. So yeah, anyways.